Rick, your fourth quarter defense really stepped up late to get you guys back in it. What did you change or what did you see from your team that ignited that?
Well, the second half was better, and the first half our energy was off. We couldn't get our fans into it because we just it was just an odd 24 minutes. Halftime we talked about it. I thought second half we did a lot of better things. Fourth quarter was great, obviously, and we needed it. And Toppin, Walker, McConnell were great in this game. I mean, no way we win without those guys doing what they did. So that was a great thing to see. And then, at the end of the game, Tyrese and Pascal, those guys hit the two biggest shots of the game. So
a lot of minutes in this one with Obi or Pascal as your center. What made those units the right choice for you guys?
We just needed to change the energy of the game. And in order for it to be effective, those guys really had to fight against Sabonis and Valanciunas, and they did. And Obi really was a difference maker in this game. With his offense, and also he battled defensively, and he got some big rebounds.
What have you made of Jarris's play since you put him in the rotation a few games ago?
He's doing well. He's continued to work. His maturity is beyond his years right now. He's really figured some things out about the whole thing about being a professional, and he's kept himself ready. And he's been ready to go all year long. And he's showing you right now, why he was such a high pick for us.
You guys had a number of opportunities before Tyrese shot, before Pascal shot, to take the lead on a three. And obviously you were able to get back in with a couple of drives to the bucket before you get those. I mean, did you see a couple of threes get rushed, and did you want them to kind of slow down and take some more opportunities at the rim? And do you think those opportunities kind of led to the shots they did hit?
Well, they were in switch mode, and they were packing the paint. And so slowing down for us is never a good recipe. So we needed to continue to play fast. We may have been a little fatigued and a little emotionally fatigued because of all the battling in the second half. Aaron Nesmith played a lot of minutes, and played a lot of minutes at full capacity. And so, at the end of the game, we know he's going to make free throws. That's a different story. He's not in a full sprint pulling up for a three, But we had good looks, and we kept saying, as those shots weren't dropping, we got to stick with the process. Those are the shots we love. And defensively, we were starting to get some real traction, and we just said, hey, we got to keep doing that too. And eventually it worked out.
You mentioned Aaron. I'm going to dig into his game a little bit more. And first off, how much of growth have you seen in him as a free throw shooter in situations like that? And just how critical were some of his drives, his ability to get to the lane and score either at the rim or kind of score in his float game as well?
Yeah, he was great. And he gave us all three levels tonight. He hit some threes. He drove it. He hit one or two difficult mid-range shots that were timely possessions that where we needed a bucket and some juice. And so he's still a young developing player. I mean, he's still a young developing roster. And so the fans should be excited about that.
And you also mentioned TJ. I want to ask you about his game as well. I mean, just what stood out to you about how he was able to kind of keep that group going, especially as it fell behind 16, and help that group rally back.
Yeah, he went into the game with the TJ McConnell edge, and he just played with an edge. He just competed, and that's all that anybody can do is just compete their best, take shots that are there. Play within the system defensively, do their job, make the correct reads offensively and defensively, and we'll let the chips fall where they may. The first half, we were below the standard that we have, and it showed with what happened with the score.
Yeah, going back to Jarris, defensively there were some times he was guarding DeRozan. What did you like about his defense on DeMar in this game?
Well, DeMar's a 16-year veteran, and we're talking about a guy that's in his second year that is really, for the first time, playing consistent minutes. He's one of the hardest guys to guard on the planet. Guy's a Hall of Fame player. He's going to be a Hall of Fame player. And so Jairus did some good things, and there were times when, DeRozan outcrafted him a little bit. But that's all part of, learning. You've got to have some challenges that don't work out to learn. And so he learned. We had him in there at the end of the game for defensive reasons.
You guys, speaking of good, you guys' fourth quarter defense today, compared to the rest of the game, it felt like was at a different level. What did you guys change, and what led to that stretch?
I think a lot of it was rebounded. We gave up a lot of second possessions in the first half, third quarter, and in the fourth quarter we held them to one shot, and it makes it a big difference.
You guys went way smaller in this game. You were even playing the 4 at times. What about those groups were important in this game or helped you guys?
Flying around, running. They were a small team too, kind of, besides for Sabonis and Valanciunas. So just matching their size and trying to make them play to our speed.
You yourself and the whole team had a bunch of open threes that would have given you the lead late, couldn't get them to go. How do you stay focused when that is happening in a tight game like this?
It's frustrating, but there's other ways to impact the game, and there's other ways to score. And if shots aren't falling, we just got to continue to attack the rim and believe in them and keep shooting them.
Did you change something in your free throw technique? This year you made a bunch of clutch ones today, or is it just lifetime work coming together?
You gotta make your free throws. They're free. They're free for a reason.
To go back to the rebounding piece of it, when you're dealing with a guy as big as Sabonis, and he still ends up with 16 boards, but in situations like that where you just can't let him get one, what do you feel like you guys did to keep the ball away from him?
5-guy effort. A lot of times when people drive the big leaves to contest and block shots, and let Sabonis either tip him back in, so it's on the rest of us to really help and box him out and help whoever's guarding him to keep him from getting all those second chance points. So it's a team effort.
So what do you feel like you guys are also doing well just in terms of contesting at the rim, especially when you're playing smaller to force them to shoot over you? Where do you feel like you guys just did well in that circumstance?
We talked about not fouling and keeping our hands back and making it difficult for them. And, I thought we did a pretty decent job of that throughout the game.
How big of a moment is it when you guys have had that many opportunities for trying to get threes, when you see ties go down? How big was it just a changeover in terms of momentum was that?
In the huddle we kept talking like we're going to make the ones that count, the ones that we're going to, when we need it, it's going to go in. And, Ty made his, and then Pascal made his. So we just continue believing in our work, what we do on a daily basis, and continue shooting with confidence, even on nights it's not going in.
A lot of the starters came out when you guys were down around 16 in the third. Just how impressive was what Jairus and Obi and TJ did in this game to get you guys back in?
We say it all the time. We got the best bench in the league. We need them on a nightly basis. They proved that tonight, and we're going to continue to need them moving forward.
Jairus kind of has a similar start to his career maybe as you did with the Celtics, like a lottery pick, struggling to find a consistent role. Have you tried to give him any advice as he tries to kind of figure it out?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've talked to him. I've talked to him about that, of him being in a similar situation that I was in. So he has the right mindset about things. He continues to work hard every single day, and as you see, it's continuing to show just how talented and good he is. Every time he's coming into the game now, he's making a tremendous impact for us on both sides of the ball.
How you guys played small a lot today. What did you like about those groups and how they helped you?
Yeah, I thought we were just free-flowing. We've had a lot of teams play small against us lately, and with the advantage that gives you is you can just play faster. It's a lot of times when you play small, you never practice it, so you just kind of play. You're forced to play random, and it usually works out well. And I thought Obi was really big tonight, made a lot of big shots, especially in that third quarter to keep the game manageable. But I thought even when we played big, I thought Thomas and Tony gave us some good minutes too. So I thought we just did a good job adjusting and figuring it out. And to play small against a guy like Domas is no easy feat. So I thought we did a great job of collective coming in, rebounding, fighting down there. And I thought it was a good effort from us.
What did it take to keep your focus as a team when you missed so many chances to take the lead in that fourth quarter?
Yeah, it was crazy. I feel like every time we got down one, we missed. They had to be like 5 or 6 wide open shots. It was crazy. But sometimes just the flow of the game, I think when you're getting good shots and the offensive processes are good, then you feel good about it. And I felt like we got a lot of good open looks, and we knew eventually one would fall, and mine fell, and then Pascal made one. So, I thought we just did a good job of staying with it. And when you're missing shots like that, you got to figure it out defensively. And I thought Double A did a great job on DeMar obviously at 31, but he's a very tough cover, and I thought Double A especially did a really good job in the fourth of staying down, not fouling, and forcing him to shoot tough twos, and I thought we did a great job of just figuring it out.
What's the story of that dance move with you, Pascal and Obi after Pascal?
Did you have to ask P? It's some James told him in D.C. that he liked that for his celly because Pascal must have been doing it to some song. I apologize for my lack of knowing what's going on, but I saw the dance and I was like, I want to get in on that. So that's all it is. You have to ask P and James because that's their thing. But P sent me the song just a minute ago. Whatever goes with the dance. So I'm gonna learn it. And I expect it to be a reoccurring theme throughout the rest of the year.
Just you mentioned obviously the threes that weren't going down. It seemed like on a couple of those occasions you did make a point to go to the rim. I mean, is that a thing that you kind of make a conscious effort for if you're stringing together missed threes to make sure you're getting at least a couple going toward the bucket? And how important were those just to keep you guys in striking distance?
Yeah, I think just trying to play the right way again. I think our offensive processes are important, and we had a lot of good look, swing, paint drive, kick out threes. But yeah, I thought we just did a good job of sticking with it and figuring out a way to make shots down the stretch and get enough stops. That's what it's about, to win games. So just trying to play the right way and get good looks.
The three you did hit, basically, I guess, kind of take us through that at that point. Obviously, at the step back. I mean, what are you looking for there, and what kind of opened up for you to take that shot at that time?
Yeah, we were just obviously playing a lot of high five, high pick with with Pascal there at the I don't know what he was, 4 or the 5, whatever. We were just trying to get to our 2-man game, and I thought I just saw an opening there and just knocked it down. I had a feeling that one would finally open up for me. I had one like a couple minutes before that was wide left. It felt good when it left my hands, so I knew I'd have a chance to get a good look down the stretch, and closing games is what feel like I've grown a reputation for that in my time in the league, and so just trying to get us good shots every time down. And I thought we did a great job of just getting the best shot we could down the stretch.
You mentioned Obi. Obviously, Jarris and TJ are a big part of that stretch as well. I mean, just how important was that second unit of the bench group tonight for keeping you guys in it when you go out? I think the starters go out and you guys are down 16. And just how important of a stretch was that for all of those guys?
Yeah, Obi, Jarris, Double A, TJ. I thought all those guys gave us great minutes. Did a great job of keeping it within striking distance when it looked like it could have got ugly there in the third. I think that's part of the ebbs and flows, and the great part of our depth and our roster is, some games they don't have it and we pick them up, and some games we don't have it and they pick us up, and sometimes we both have it and everybody's happy, So that's the beautiful part about having depth, and we got a lot of faith in our bench. There's been some games after All-Star break where they haven't been, satisfied with the way they've been playing, as a group. But, I think we really talked about after that Milwaukee game, just we got a lot of faith in them, and we're going to allow them to go out there and do what they do. And that's a big part of our team, is our second group bringing energy, playing hard, playing the right way. And I think it's just another example of them doing that. And, we want to continue to see them play this way as we get into the playoffs, because we're going to, need that because, last year our second unit was a really big part of why we had so much success in the playoffs.